The Black Ambulance. It looks like an ambulance, but its trips through the city serve a completely different purpose. Its reputation is as black as its color. The Black Ambulance drives through the city and picks out children and young people among its passengers. However, they never return from this rescue ride. Their organs are removed inside the ambulance and later sold abroad. The legend of the Black Ambulance originated in Czechoslovakia during the 1980s. Back then, people said the ambulance stripped its passengers of their organs. The goal of these rides was to sell the organs to wealthy transplant candidates in the West. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody Mary. Bloody... and not another word. If you say the name Bloody Mary 3 times in a row in a dark room, and in front of a mirror no less, you'll experience unbearable horror. The image of a woman with a blood-covered face will appear before you. There are plenty of theories about who this Bloody Mary actually is, since the name isn't just for a tomato and vodka cocktail, but also the English name for this mystical woman in the mirror. Some consider this lady to be the ghost of Mary Tudor, who earned the nickname Bloody Mary because of the executions she used to settle religious disputes in her country. Another candidate is a young girl who was sentenced to be burned alive for a petty theft. At the last moment, her mother decided to jump into the flames after her daughter. Even though it was too late to save the daughter, this act caused the little girl's spirit to settle into the nearest mirror. She waits there because she believes she'll see her mother again one day. The Hook. A young couple is driving home through a dark forest. It's pouring rain, and the drumming of the rain on the hood of the car deepens the gloomy atmosphere. The man suddenly decides to pull over on the shoulder to quickly relieve himself in the woods. While the woman waits impatiently for her partner to return, the radio announces news of a patient who has just escaped from a psychiatric hospital. The woman's nervousness grows when she hears an ominous knocking on the roof of the car. She decides to get out and go looking for her man. The search, however, takes no more than a few seconds. As soon as she turns her back towards the vehicle to find out the source of the mysterious knocking, she sees her partner's head. Unfortunately, without the rest of the body. Sitting on the roof of the vehicle is a man in a hat with a large hook sticking out of his sleeve instead of a hand, and hanging from it is the bloodied head of her husband. This legend from the 1950s offers a wide range of different plot lines and interpretations. The figure of the mysterious killer has since become the template for several horror films featuring a mysterious murderous monster who bloodily attacks his unsuspecting victims. The Baby Roast. There are several reasons to stop eating meat. For the family in this story, the motivation was their own child, and a cruel mistake made by the babysitter they hired for the evening. One day, a married couple decides to spend a romantic afternoon away from home, without the kids. For this occasion, they hired a young babysitter, to whom they entrusted their son, who was only a few months old. The couple also asked the girl, for extra pay, to prepare a roast for them. The girl soon grew bored and decided to spice up watching such a calm baby with a dose of drugs she had on her. In this state, she decided to start cooking dinner. She scooped the baby into her arms and headed to the kitchen. When the parents returned home after a few hours, the girl told them their son was sleeping, quickly sliced up the finished roast and left, afraid they'd notice she was under the influence. The result of those drugs, however, was more horrifying than her confused expression. As soon as the parents finished the very delicious, unusually flavored roast, they couldn't find their child anywhere. The only things they discovered were the baby's rompers thrown away in the trash, along with the child's head and limbs. Like many such stories, this one is also based on real cases of women who roasted their children, in their case unfortunately intentionally, and often as part of satanic rituals. The Bunny Man. Rabbits are considered harmless, cute animals. A man in a rabbit mask holding an axe, understandably, doesn't sound quite as innocent. As the story goes, during the transport of mentally disturbed prisoners, an accident occurred in which all the passengers died, except one, who managed to escape from the scene. Since he was a prisoner serving a sentence for murdering his entire family, the police launched a massive manhunt. During the investigation in the surrounding woods, they found the bodies of partially eaten rabbits, which the escapee had apparently been living off of, and which earned him the nickname the Bunny Man. His fate ended alone and sadly, tragically, when he jumped in front of a moving train while clutching an axe. That's why, to this day, he's said to appear near railway bridges. This legend is based on stories from the 1970s, when reports surfaced in various places across the United States of a man in a rabbit mask terrifying others with an axe. Slender Man. You can run into Slender Man practically anywhere, though he most often appears in dark alleys, mysterious dense forests, but also in empty underground parking garages or on children's playgrounds. He's noticeable for his gaunt, tall figure dressed in a black suit. His limbs are also unusual, disproportionately long for his body. His pale grey face is also terrifying, though it's really more of a face without eyes, nose, or lips. His frightening appearance isn't the only reason he instills a feeling of horror in his victims. His presence triggers uncontrollable feelings of panic, paranoia, or fear, and also causes nosebleeds. Slender Man's victims feel, after encountering him, a constant sense that this figure is stalking them and negatively influencing their behavior and thoughts. This urban legend, which originated in 2009 on an internet forum, unfortunately had a tragic aftermath, specifically in the case of two 12-year-old girls from the United States who together stabbed their classmate. During questioning, they claimed they acted out of fear of Slender Man. They said that if they hadn't done it, he would have murdered their families. The body under the bed. You're lying in bed, tossing and turning from side to side, unable to fall asleep. What's keeping you from sleep above all is the constant urge to check whether something, or rather someone, is hiding under your bed. Believe it or not, you're not the only one who gets this uncomfortable feeling while falling asleep. This is the basis of the urban legend about the body under the bed. This legend, too, unfortunately, is based on several terrifying but true stories. In this legend, a couple celebrating their first married night in a hotel room in Las Vegas is trying to fall asleep after a long day. What's stopping them is a strong smell, the source of which they can't figure out. The man decides to call the front desk and ask for a different room. The receptionist unfortunately informs him that the hotel is fully booked for the night, but offers them free drinks at the hotel bar in the meantime, so housekeeping can check their room. Even though the housekeeper cleaned the room again when the couple returned to the bed, the unpleasant smell was there again. The man was so agitated that he decided to find the source of the smell himself. He angrily moved the wardrobes and nightstands aside, pulled up the carpets, but found nothing. But as soon as he angrily lifted the mattress off the bed, an unpleasant surprise awaited him and his new wife. Between the bed frame and the storage space lay the decomposing body of a dead woman. Thank you for watching this video all the way to the end. If the topic of urban legends caught your interest, let us know in the comments for another episode. Give us a like, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell. That's it from me, and see you in the next video.